Hey guys, welcome back to John's RC. I'm Eric, I'm John's dad, and John is not actually here today because I asked him to let me do this particular video. And the reason why I asked him that is because today we got something cool for you. This is the Blade mCX Anniversary Special Edition. Now, this helicopter was truly meant for beginners. And since I am closer to beginner than John is, who is more of an advanced pilot, I thought it would be better coming from a more beginner's perspective. So as I mentioned, this is the anniversary edition, and what they mean by that is it's the 40th anniversary of Horizon Hobby, which was established back in 1985. Goodness, I was probably in high school. Well, I was in high school. And the 20th anniversary of the Blade CX series, which came out in 2005. Okay. So let's go ahead and open this box and see what we get. All right, so as you can see, now I did buy the Maiden Flight basic version, and when you buy the BNF basic version, all you really get is the helicopter itself and the manuals. You do need to supply yourself with your own transmitter. Here I'm using my NX7, and you do have to supply yourself with a 1S 150 milliamp battery. This one here is a 45C battery that we got from eFlight, from Horizon Hobby. So let's go ahead and open this up and let's see what we get in the box. All right. Okay, let's close this out. Leave that right there. Okay, so again, you get the manual, right? That's always cool. And you get a screwdriver and you get these blocks. I'm not exactly sure what these blocks are for yet. I would probably put them in the comments, but that's what you get. There's the manual, or you don't have to read this manual. You can always go to horizonhobby.com, search up this helicopter, and then you can review the online manuals. Okay. Now it comes in two flavors. It comes in Maiden Flight Basic, which is about $80, $79.99. And again, all you get is the helicopter and the manuals. If you don't have your own battery and if you don't have your own transmitter already, you can buy the Ready to Fly version, and that's about $115, $114.99. Okay, and that does come with your transmitter, not this one, but it comes with a transmitter. It comes with a 1S 150 milliamp battery, and it comes with a little USB charger. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and pop this open. Now, this, guys, has got to be the coolest and cutest helicopter I've seen from Blade. So this is why they call it a CX. CX stands for coaxial. And what coaxial means that there's two axes, right? So there's the top axis and there's two sets of blades. And if you look at the tail, there's no motor, there's no rudder motor. So as you know, if a helicopter starts to spin, if there's no motor here in the tail, it's just going to keep spinning, and that's why you have the double axis, right? So one spins clockwise and the other one spins counterclockwise to keep the helicopter as stable as possible. Okay. I have some specs for here, but I'll put it in the screen for you. The rotor diameter is 7.48 inches. It has a flight time of about 8 minutes, depending on how you fly it. And this thing is tiny. It's like 1.09 ounce, and that's with the battery. So it's really tiny. You don't have to worry about that 250 gram, requirements, stuff like that. And plus, you're gonna fly this mostly in the house anyway, because I don't know if you can even fly this thing outdoors with any kind of wind. But anyway, so the way you program this up, believe it or not, is you don't program it as an actual helicopter. You have to program it as an acro model or a plane model, okay? Because it's not a CP helicopter. It doesn't need all of those other channels. So you program it, as an acro, and just like you would on a plane. And then this is the way you insert the battery. So if you look at the 1S battery, you can see that there's a little red dot, on the end of the battery. So what you want to do is you want to take this red dot and make sure it's facing up. And then you slide the battery inside. Okay, just like that, as far as it'll go. And the reason why you want it facing up is because on the ESC lead, there's also a matching red dot. and these two dots, you know, have to be facing each other. And so you just plug it in. You have to plug it in hard enough so it'll start blinking, as you can see. See, now it started blinking. All right. And then what you do is you program your model, and then you just go and hit your bind button, press your power button. Okay, and see it's going into bind mode. Now it's binding, it's seeing as a 22 millisecond DSMX telemetry. You can let go of the bind button at this point. It's configuring now. And then in just a few more seconds, there you go. Just hit X when you get this telemetry warning. We don't care about that. As you can see, it is programmed as an acro or as an airplane model, but I did change the name to mCX, just so I can see which one of the myriad of models this one is. So technically now I should have control, right? So as you can see, I have that control right there, right? I have elevators, I have ailerons, okay? And I have power, okay? Now, again, you're asking, so how does the helicopter turn left and right if you don't have a rudder? So the way that works on a CX is if you want to go right, one of the blades slow down while the other one continues, and it forces the helicopter in one direction or the other, okay? And that's how you do the rudder. Okay, so now that we have everything all powered up, Horizon or E-Flight does say that this is an indoor heli, right? So you can fly this thing in a gymnasium, you can fly this thing in your office, in your bedroom, but nowhere did it say that you should be flying this thing outside. But what the heck, we're gonna go fly it inside first, and then we'll fly it outside so you guys can see what would happen if you attempted to fly this thing outside. Okay, let's go and do some indoor flying. All right, guys, I've got the helicopter all powered in now. She's ready to do her maiden voyage. So let's go ahead and put her down. And by the way, welcome to my den / office / gym / YouTube editing room. All right, I'm gonna go put her down right here. Okay. All right, maiden voyage, guys. Let's see how she flies. All right, so she is in the air, and this is literally hands-free, okay? I'm not touching it. So let's just bring her back down a little bit. All right, so you can use the elevator to keep her moving forward. All right, you can see on my arsenal of helicopters just how tiny she is next to the T-Rexes and the Fusions. Very, very stable. Look, you can even practice nose in now. And what's cool is, even though this is a coaxial helicopter, the controls are the same, as if it were a CP helicopter. So you control the rudder using the rudder stick. All right, so now we can do some little circles. Nice, slow, controlled circles. Look at that, huh? Okay. You can just back up a little bit, back up over there. Okay, so now you can practice your circles inside the house. Wow, this is like minimal control, guys. Absolute minimal control. So you just tell it where to go, basically. Now you do have to play around with your throttle just to keep it nice and even. Right, and this is just simple movements, see? If she's getting too close, just back it up, right? Now you can do nose in completely. You can probably even have it land on your hand. Look at this. Now we'll do some opposite circles. So the way you do it with circle is once you find that nice angle already, you just keep that angle throughout the circle. And now we'll just do some back and forward flight. So here it is coming back to us. Tail in. Wow, this is about as stable can get. And now we'll push it back out. Now we'll turn it around. And then it'll come to us, nose in. And then when she's next to us, we'll just tell her to stop. Look at that. So simple. Like literally no skill required. Nice, easy flying. Now I only wish I had a bigger room to fly her in. This would be an awesome little heli for like the gym, or a bigger office. I mean, I'm able to do like little figure eights on this tight den. So all I'm really moving, guys, is the throttle, right? Because you have to balance the throttle. Because as the battery depletes, you do have to give it just a tiny bit of throttle just to keep it stable in the air. And you can tell it to land anywhere. We can tell it to land on the treadmill. Look at that, huh? And then we'll take off from the treadmill. That's my battery on my transmitter saying time to land, but this thing has much more battery life than the transmitter thinks it does. Look at that. Look how cute that is. I mean, literally, how cute that is. You can say hello to your other helicopter friends up there. That is an Airwolf and a TRX 450 body. All right, I think I should be able to just land it on my palm. I need you to back up. I need you to back up. All right, we should be able to just land it on our palm. And that is about as stable as it gets, guys. So that's the flight of a Blade mCX indoors. And I know you guys are thinking, well, obviously indoors there's no air coming in, so I'm sure it's very stable. But how does she do outdoors? Well, just for the heck of it, let's go fly her outside just to see if she's anywhere near as stable. Okay? All right, let's go outside, guys. All right, guys, we are outside in my backyard now, and there's a tiny bit of wind, but fortunately, there's enough trees to shelter us from the wind around here. So I'm just gonna put our little friend, the mCX, on this cinder block as a launching pad, and now let's see how she goes. All right, let's power her up, spooling up. All right, so almost the same stability, but I noticed that going forward takes a lot more effort now. I mean, I'm talking like I have the entire stick. Yeah, she's not as stable as definitely as when she was outside. Right? So you can fly her, but she's definitely not as stable as she is inside. Even this little tiniest gust of wind, it's causing her to fly erratically. That's why they meant for her to be flown indoors. Yeah, I don't think so, guys. This isn't gonna work. Whoops, there she is. All right, I couldn't get her back, but you know, Horizon Hobby claimed that this thing is it takes crashes pretty good. So let's try it one more time. Yeah, definitely not an outdoor flyer. Yeah, it's hard to move her in any direction. Like, yeah, I can't do my circles. Yeah, she's definitely getting affected a lot. So this is taking me a lot of controls on the stick just to get it to be stable like this. So definitely not an outdoor flyer, but I wanted to show you guys what would happen if you did try to fly it outside. Let me see if I can flounder on this thing. As you can see, I'm even having a problem just getting her to land on this cinder block here. All right, close enough. All right, guys. Well, that's why in the Horizon Hobby website, they say that this should be an indoor flown helicopter, but she still flies outside. It just takes a lot more work, and it takes out from the fun of, you know, what its intended purpose is to be. So anyway, so thanks for tuning in to our channel, guys. John will be back for the next video. He's got a really special video for you coming up. But thanks for joining us today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit subscribe and hit that like button, and we'll see you at the flying field. Thanks, guys. See you again. Bye now.